Hi everyone, welcome back to my Beach Angel Tarot shop. I am here to do a message from the Divine Masculine. I'm being guided to do that. I have a listing on my Etsy shop for one card pull from the Rumi Oracle, which I was guided to put up, about a week or two ago. I normally don't have that type of reading up, and I just did the first one that was purchased, and after I got done doing it, I was guided to do one for a general reading from the Divine Masculine collective energy. So I'm following that guidance and I'm doing that in this moment. So this is going to be for everyone that tunes in. It's a message from the Divine Masculine energies to the Divine Feminine, and I'm going to be labeling it the Divine Masculine Speaks. I will probably be, I'm feeling like I'm going to be doing more of these, and I'll probably be using the same thumbnail, the same title for them as I move forward, and I'm not sure how these are going to come, but if you'd like your own private one, I will put a link to that below. But it was like I said, it's not something that I generally do or tap into, but I recently got it to offer this one, and then like I said, today I did one that was purchased, and then I was right afterward guided to go ahead and do one for everyone for a general message. So that's what I'm up to. So it's not going to be a pick a card. It's going to be, I'm going to pull one, and it is the Rumi Oracle, and I'm tapping into the Divine Masculine energies to bring this forth. It's already present energy that's here that wants this message to come for everyone. So I'm focusing on that in this moment. God and the angels, Archangel Michael, to guide and protect our time and space, and what message wants to come. I feel it's going to fall. It's kind of how the last one came out, and I'm just going to shuffle. I feel like a marching type of energy too, like marching, just very, I don't know, it's weird, weird type of feeling energy is coming through. And I feel it's going to fall. I feel it's going to fall out, but I could be wrong. Yeah, and it's an energy building. Okay, so energy that's building up, I feel. It says dance of the Divine Feminine, 42. So it's a dancing energy, and when you dance, the energy does kind of, it accelerates and it builds up, and it, like a kundalini type of feeling. And it's number 42, so that could be an important number. 4 and 2, which is 6, obviously. It can all be important numbers for someone, or some that come. So I'm going to read from the booklet. Now, if you don't like this, just come back for another video, because this can get rather lengthy, because this is a long, there's no other way to get you the information, because this is too much to put in the description box below, or too much typing and whatnot. And I don't know how to put a picture down there, so let's see, 42. Okay, so I'm going to read. It says, if a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they would not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like seawater. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. Rumi. How can your feet bear to be still when the music is so lush and inviting? So that might have been why I was feeling the marching energy. So I'm going to read that again. How can your feet bear to be still when the music is so lush and inviting? How can you hold yourself back from the tide of love when the horizon looms so vast and exciting? How can you not arch your back and respond with the ecstasy to the lover's touch, saying in absolute submission, yes, more? You were made to move and grow, to love and flow. Even mountains change. Surrender the stodgy ways of the mind and become willing to dance to the great orchestrations of love. You may feel unsettled, beloved, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see. Is it moving? Of course. It is hurtling through the skies, spinning, tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness. Yet you stand there imagining you have a choice of not moving. What funny foolishness. Let us laugh about it together. How can you even imagine it? Only through some misplaced fear. It is such a small craziness, really. You can cast it off, that small crazy fear, let it return to the Earth Mother to become fertilizer for the far grander and more exciting insanity of divine love instead. Give up that tiny insanity in favor of the greater craziness of love. You cannot be unmoved by it. The rhythm of life will get you shaking your hips eventually. How could you not become entranced by the gleaming dance floor, shimmering with possibility and invitation? This oracle comes to you with guidance. Your life may feel as though it's being tipped upside down. Perhaps you feel as though the great beloved, in a feisty mood, has grabbed your ankles, is holding you upside down and shaking you wildly until your skirt is over your head, or your pockets of your pants become freed of their contents, keys and wallet, dropping to the floor in disarray. Your hair is messy, your bottom is in the air, and your sense of orientation is nowhere to be found. Blood is rushing to your head, and goodness knows you just want to be put down, to have a moment to come to your senses. So the beloved will give you that gift. But don't imagine it will last for too long. The great beloved esteems you capable of so much more than being sure-footed and sensible. You are capable of more whirling and stumbling, whilst inspired by the music of the spheres. If you just accept the great invitation to dance, there won't be so much roughhousing going on. It wouldn't be needed because your hair will already be in a mess. Your blood will already be pumping and you'll be sweating, laughing, and smiling and dancing. The great beloved will be alive in you, which is all that grand seducer ever wanted in the first place, even with all the jokes and the horseplay. Disrayed and disheveled by the divine beloved, you are able to break out of the too ordinary world. You will explore the delightful consequences of rocked boats and upset apple carts being swept away by love as you dare to dream bolder and wilder dreams for yourself and the world. There is bigger magic for you to weave this lifetime. Priorities inherited from the world are stuff and nonsense. It is the priorities of the heart that matter to you. If you are ever to right yourself whilst the beloved is tipping you upside down, like a soaring bird in the most impressive aerial dynamics, it will be through establishing right priorities, the priorities in your heart. So ask your heart what matters most and attend to that. You'll soon be able to find your orientation, even if everything you have once held onto appears to be shimmering and insubstantial, a mere dance of light rather than solid ground. This will become easy for you because your orientation will flow from within, from the heart, and no matter what shifts and changes take place around you, your center will remain strong. This is what the beloved wants for you. Such peace and relief it shall bring to you. But perhaps some shaking about is required first, in case you are reluctant to give up some mainstays, unaware of how much they drain life away from your heart center. This oracle brings a message also. There is something you are holding on to, a person, a place, a thing, a belief, a vision, and you need to let it go because it wants to grow. You may grow and change into something utterly different, or it may grow into exactly what you are imagining. Whichever outcome, growth is happening, and you'll find you enjoy the way much more with greater flow and support and less bashing of your head against the proverbial brick wall if you just can let it happen. Don't worry if it seems as though your world is coming to an end or you are losing something you once loved. This is just the shaking about of the great beloved to lead you into deeper, sweeter dance of divine being and becoming. Put your focus into your heart and realize you are more ready than you think. Now shake those hips, stamp those feet, which is what I heard before when I started. Close your eyes and clasp your hands. There, that's better already. So the sacred honoring ritual is say the following aloud. What the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. Repeat it 3 times, or however many times feels necessary for you at some deeper part of your being to really believe in what you are saying. You'll know when that happens because you feel more peace and presence within. And then you will have completed your sacred honoring ritual. So the saying is, what the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. What the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. what the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. So repeating that at least 3 times, I say. 3 is a good number to repeat things, affirmations. And like I said, I will be doing, I do believe I'm going to be doing more of these coming forward. I'm not sure how often, but I'm going to try to keep it consistent with the same. It'll be titled the Masculine Speaks, or the Divine Masculine Speaks. And these will be periodic messages that come forth. I will put a link below in case you would like your own individual one. And yeah, I hope everyone is having a beautiful weekend. And I'm sending angel blessings and oceans of love.